What's up? This is Treadmill Review Guru. I'm Kaylee, and these are the best compact treadmills. We look for traditional folding treadmills that pack a lot of features into a small space, as well as innovative treadmills that fold more compact than you'd expect. If you want to put a treadmill in a small space, this is everything you need to know. But first, we are affiliates with the brands we included on this list. They didn't get a say in how we ranked this list or what we had to say about their products, but we did receive most of these treadmills for free in exchange for an honest review. Then, if you choose to purchase one of these treadmills using our link, we earn a commission, but it won't increase the cost of the treadmill for you. It just supports us so we can keep making these reviews. And if you're enjoying our content, please give this video a like and subscribe to our channel to see more treadmill and cardio content. And with that, let's get into our top compact treadmills. So at the top of our list is the NordicTrack T Series 10. This treadmill really surprised me from NordicTrack because it meets all of our standards for running with a 3 horsepower motor and has a 20-inch wide by 60-inch long running deck. The cushioning is great and adjustable, which is an interesting touch. I don't notice a huge difference from the cushioning being on versus off, but both feel good underfoot, so I can't really complain. But most importantly, the T Series 10 is a folding treadmill. It's much easier to fold than the NordicTrack Commercial Series treadmills. Those feel like you're lifting 40 to 50 pounds, but the T Series 10 is more like lifting 20 pounds or so when you pick up the deck. So it's definitely more comfortable to lift and lower with every single workout. It has hydraulic assistance for folding, so the deck softly drops to the floor when you unlock it with the foot release. And then when you're lifting it up, it's a little easier too because it won't just drop if your grip slips or something. This treadmill is 75.1 inches long, 34.3 inches wide, and 58.4 inches tall. You'll need about an 8-foot ceiling to accommodate the incline range. When folded, it's about 40 inches long. I recommend the NordicTrack T Series 10 for runners who are looking for something more compact, walkers too if you really want that soft cushioning. Of course, I have to mention too that NordicTrack uses the subscription-based iFIT training service, which includes trainer-led classes and entertainment apps. You need the membership to unlock most of the T Series training features, so just keep that in mind. So this next treadmill is also an iFIT treadmill. The ProForm Carbon TLX treadmill is our runner-up. However, iFIT does not feel as essential on this one. It doesn't have a touch screen and it has a tablet rack, so even though it doesn't have onboard programs, you get a little more freedom to view your own entertainment or training videos. You can pair the TLX with the iFIT app on your phone or tablet to view all of the training content, and with the app, you still get automatic speed and incline adjustments too. Of course, to land on this list, the TLX is a folding treadmill. It has hydraulic-assisted soft drop technology and a kick release for unfolding. It measures 74.3 inches long, 35.1 inches wide, and 59.1 inches tall. But folded, it's about 45 inches long. I would say this one is pretty comparable to folding and unfolding the T Series 10, so like lifting 20 to 30 pounds at most. I recommend this treadmill for walkers and runners who want a really nice and powerful treadmill for the price, but are on the fence about subscribing to iFIT. If you try iFIT and don't like it, it doesn't feel like you're missing out as much as you would on NordicTrack or ProForm's other models. Okay, so if you thought the first two treadmills were still a little too large for your space, this next one is even smaller. The Horizon T101 is only 70.5 inches long by 33.5 inches wide and 59 inches tall when unfolded. When folded, it's only 46 inches long and 61 inches tall. The deck has soft drop lowering and a kick release, and the treadmill only weighs 220 pounds. I do want to point out that our version of the T101 is an older model though. The newer one has an updated console that looks a little bit different from ours, but many of the features are the same. That our T101 has lasted such a long time is a testament to its durability. I mean, this treadmill is priced at $599 at the time of filming, and it's one of the most affordable treadmills of its quality. It even has a lifetime frame and motor warranty. So, continuing with the theme of affordability, you do not need a subscription to use the T101 at all. It has onboard programs. There's a tablet rack so you can view your device easily. It also pairs with third-party apps for more training. Horizon and Bowflex are now owned by the same parent company, so Horizon promotes the Journey platform, but their approach is positive for both subscribers and non-subscribers alike. It feels way less pushy than other treadmill and subscription packages. and I recommend the T101 for anyone who wants a compact folding treadmill that is durable at a great price. It's best for walking, but it supports some light running too. So now we get into our first really innovative folding treadmill, the Echelon Stride-6s. This one folds flat and stores upright. It's a super compact folding design, but I have to point out that it's pretty heavy to lift. I really struggle to get it upright on my own. Of course, if you have difficulty putting it upright, you can also just keep it flat. The treadmill is 182 pounds, which is light for a treadmill, but while a heavy treadmill deck feels like lifting 50 pounds or so, this one actually feels more like lifting 90 pounds or even higher. But flat, it's just 8.5 inches tall. Even though it folds down like this, it has a spacious deck that's 20.5 inches wide and 60 inches long. It even goes up to 12.4 miles per hour and inclines up to nearly 13% with its 12 incline levels. What to know about the Echelon Stride-6s is it's designed for Echelon's training service. The treadmill features are super minimal without a membership, and I really don't recommend it without a subscription because you'll have to jump through hoops to get your workout in. Instead, it's great for runners and walkers who want trainer-led classes right on the 10-inch touchscreen. Echelon has a wide variety of content from entertainment apps to virtual reality races. I recommend the Echelon Stride-6s for runners and walkers who need a very compact folding treadmill and like studio training classes. Taking a little step back in terms of size, the NordicTrack 1750 is a solid option for something like marathon training or an active household. It's another iFIT treadmill and it has a larger touchscreen measuring 16 inches. With your membership, you can view thousands of iFIT classes, stream Netflix and other apps, do virtual races with the Argata integration, and even create your own routes with the Google Maps integration. It's got one of the softest treadmill decks that measures 22 inches wide by 60 inches long, and of course, it folds up. You get that soft drop lowering and help lifting the deck with the hydraulic assistance. Like I mentioned with the T Series 10, the 1750's deck is heavier, like lifting 40 to 50 pounds or so. I don't have any trouble doing it, but it may be a little more tedious to do daily. The 1750 has a 4.25 continuous horsepower motor with a lifetime motor warranty, which is great. It can go up to 12 miles per hour and the incline ranges from -3% to 12%. So our first treadmill on this list where you can do some downhill running too. We don't see a lot of non-folding treadmills with a decline option, so that's one benefit of choosing a more compact treadmill. I recommend the NordicTrack 1750 for anyone who wants the same experience you get on a non-folding treadmill, but on a folding treadmill. It's 77.3 inches long, 37 inches wide, and 59.5 inches tall when unfolded, and folded is about 45 inches long or so. I can move this treadmill around on my own, but I think it's still more practical to keep it in a dedicated spot if you can. But it's a great treadmill for runners and households that want a cool training platform and just need to save a little space when they aren't training. If you liked what I had to say about the Horizon T101 but are looking for a running treadmill, the Horizon 7.0 AT is for you. It's a little more expensive at just under $1,000 at the time of filming, but a great value for its price. It has a lifetime motor warranty and it can go up to 12 miles per hour, and even more impressively, it has an incline range from 0 to 15%. There's no subscription needed for this one. You can subscribe to apps like Journey and Peloton or try Zwift, but you have plenty of onboard options, so don't feel like you need any of these apps. There's no touchscreen, but you do have 2 device holders for your phone or tablet. The cushioning on the 7.0 AT is also really nice. It has 3-zone variable cushioning, which makes it softer toward the front and firmer toward the back. Then the deck is also folding. Unfolded, the 7.0 AT is 76 inches long, 35 inches wide, and 67 inches tall. Then folded, it's just 44 inches long and only an inch taller at 68 inches. I recommend the Horizon 7.0 AT for runners looking to get the most training options with compatibility through third-party apps and a great incline range. It's a great deal and capitalizes on your space. Keeping things simple, the Soul F63 also does not require a subscription. It has an LCD console with a tablet rack if you want to view something else. It also has 7 onboard programs like those you might find on a commercial treadmill in a gym. The deck is 20 inches wide by 60 inches long and it feels pretty firm. It has more cushioning than running on the road, but not much. Also, our F63's deck is about 3% incline even when it's supposed to be flat. We've heard from others that this is consistent for their F63s too. That might not be too much of a problem for some of you, but I wanted to point it out. The F63 is still a very durable treadmill, so I still think it deserves a spot on this list. The deck folds up. It goes from 77 inches long, 35 inches wide, and 72 inches tall to about 50 inches long and 72 inches tall. It's 224 pounds, and I don't find it too hard to roll this treadmill around. It's easier than most to move it a short distance because you can just push it instead of tilting it onto its wheels. I really like that feature. I recommend the Sole F63 for walkers and runners who are looking for a low-tech treadmill that they can roll a short distance easily while still having all the benefits of a full-size treadmill. Have a really small space that you want to be able to walk and run in? The Walkingpad X25 is a unique solution. It folds twice, so the deck actually folds in half. You can slightly feel the seam underfoot depending on what shoes you're wearing and how level your floor is, but it's a really nice solution to not having a lot of space. Unfolded, the X25 is 60.8 inches long, 30.4 inches wide, and 40.3 inches tall. Then folded and positioned upright is just 10 inches long, 30.4 inches wide, and 40.3 inches tall. The running surface is 19.6 inches wide by 51.9 inches long. For reference, a standard running treadmill is 20 by 60 inches, so the X25 deck is a good bit shorter. However, it's fine for walking and not too bad for slower running. But it actually goes up to 10 miles per hour, which is a lot for this little treadmill. I recommend sticking to slower speeds. There aren't built-in programs on the X25, but you can pair it to the iFIT app if you would like. It's a free app. You can also use it to control the treadmill speed. But the X25 does not incline. That's one limitation of its folding design. Still, this is a really awesome treadmill for anyone who wants to walk or run in a really small space. I'm really impressed with this treadmill because it would make a great treadmill for an apartment or if you have to keep your treadmill in your bedroom or office. The ProForm Carbon Pro 9000 is a running treadmill with easy lift assist. I would put it between the NordicTrack 1750 and the ProForm Carbon TLX in terms of performance. The motor is 3.6 horsepower, so great for a high amount of running, but the deck is pretty firm. Not as firm as the Sole F63, but definitely firmer than the NordicTrack and Horizon treadmills on this list. It shows iFIT on its 16-inch touchscreen when you have a membership. This is another treadmill that really needs its subscription to unlock all of the training features. If you're looking for heart rate zone training, automatic incline and speed adjustments, and outdoor classes, iFIT is really the best. It provides all the guidance you need to kickstart your running. The 20-inch by 60-inch deck folds up. It has an easy lift assist, which uses hydraulic assistance to help you lift and lower the deck. It doesn't feel too heavy to fold it regularly. The Carbon Pro 9000 is 73.2 inches long, 34.5 inches wide, and 60.7 inches tall. When folded, it's just over 40 inches long, which is pretty compact for a treadmill like this. I recommend the ProForm Carbon Pro 9000 for anyone who wants a treadmill that feels sturdy with a firm and less bouncy running deck and a guided training platform with a decent screen size. So our last treadmill on this list is the DeerRun A1 Pro. It's a folding running treadmill that's really tiny. Again, if you have a really small space to accommodate and maybe a strict budget, this one might be a good fit for you. It's tiny, it's also priced at less than $500 at the time of this video, but we've seen it on sale for even less. The A1 Pro is a great treadmill for runners who need a rainy day backup. It's also good for walking. The deck is smaller, measuring just 16.5 inches wide by 44 inches long, and it can go up to 10 miles per hour, but you'll have to be mindful of your stride length to stay on the belt at a fast speed like that. It has a manual incline that takes the treadmill to about 6%, but it's just at one level and you'll have to lift the treadmill all the way up to adjust the incline frame. It measures just 54.1 inches long, 24.1 inches wide, and 42.3 inches tall. When folded, it's only 8 inches tall because it folds flat. You can roll it under furniture or store it upright. It's a similar design to the Echelon Stride-6s, but since it weighs only 86 pounds, it's much easier to move. The DeerRun A1 Pro doesn't require a subscription. The console is pretty simple, but it does pair to the DeerRun's PitPat app if you want it. This app has free and paid features that you can use with the treadmill if you want, but this treadmill does have its limitations. It has only a 1-year warranty and it's not the best for heavy training. The folding mechanism is also a little tedious because it requires an Allen key. I recommended this treadmill for walkers and runners who don't train indoors often, so they don't want to allocate a lot of space to a treadmill. There's a wide variety of compact treadmills. Compact could just mean a folding treadmill, or it could mean something really small and easily storable like the Walkingpad X25 and DeerRun A1 Pro. It depends on what space you have to work with and what training capabilities are non-negotiable for you. A full-size folding treadmill is the best for heavier use. If you're training daily, especially if you're running, you want a treadmill with a full-size deck. The Echelon Stride-6s is one of the most compact of these, But you might like something a little more powerful like the NordicTrack 1750 if you're training for something like a marathon. If you have very little space or don't want to give up a lot of space in your home for a treadmill because you won't be using it that often, then the X25 and A1 Pro may be better options. Not all folding treadmills are the same. You should consider how often you need to fold the treadmill and if the folding mechanism the treadmill uses is practical. For instance, the Stride-6s folds super compactly, but its heavy weight may make it a barrier to actually using the treadmill and folding it regularly. You should also consider whether you want a subscription training service or not. Touchscreens can make your treadmill even more versatile, but they can also lock you into a subscription that increases the ongoing cost of your treadmill. In general, I don't recommend treadmills that have a subscription for walkers and runners who don't want to use them. Their features are typically limited for non-subscribers. I recommend making a list of the features that you want most out of a treadmill and noting what you're willing to compromise on to save space. That will help you determine what treadmill is right for you. There are non-negotiable features like top speed, incline capabilities, and weight capacity, for instance. And leave me a comment if you have specific requirements for your treadmill and are looking for recommendations. So that is it for our best compact treadmills list. There was a lot of variety on this list. I have to move these treadmills around a lot in our studio, so I have plenty of experience folding, unfolding, and transporting them. There's no perfect compact treadmill, unfortunately. Maybe one day we'll have a running treadmill with a spacious running deck with incline that stores super small and easy. As it is, each one on our list has strengths and weaknesses, so I hope I helped you find the right one for your space. You can find more information on these treadmills in our written review. You can also find individual reviews for these treadmills on our channel. This is Treadmill Review Guru. I'm Kaylee, and I'll catch you next time.